Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Nolting, Superintendent of Consolidated High School District 230. Today, I and a few charters will showcase the exciting new building expansion coming to Amos Alonzo Stagg High School. We will explain why this expansion is necessary, how it will be funded without asking the community for additional financing through referendum, how instructional interference will be minimized during construction, and finally, we will itemize the benefits to be realized by our students, our staff, and our families. Managing a multi-high school district is complex, especially with schools as large and unique as Sandburg, Stagg, and Andrew High School. We strive for equitable resources and consistent curriculum, while at the same time meeting the needs of 3 distinct student bodies and allowing for individualized delivery of instruction and programming specific to each school. As a new superintendent, I noted that there were several planned expansions set for Stagg High School. As we reviewed the tentative plans and the areas of Stagg that would be expanded, there were challenges identified, which included a lack of ability to resolve concerns long-term, while also identifying these solutions did not address areas like teacher workspaces or student traffic flow. These are significant concerns here at Stagg High School. This sparked a need for a space study at all 3 schools and revealed interesting and vital information. Stagg's enrollment is greater than Andrew High School by about 400 students and shy of Sandburg by only about 300. Yet this building footprint is significantly smaller than both campuses. Per the study, Stagg has an average of 170 square feet per student, compared to 198 at Sandburg and 230 at Andrew. When reviewing available rooms, we determined that many periods throughout the day had very few usable classrooms available. That leaves Stagg vulnerable to challenges accommodating student schedules and leaving Stagg very much at risk during times of increased enrollment. This is only made worse when and if rooms have to be removed from usage for maintenance purposes. In short, there are significant challenges to building operations. In addition, the high demand and low supply of science lab obligates some classes to be only offered during 0 hour. The Stagg expansion project is more than just about adding much needed space to a high school. It's also about adding space strategically and creatively, viewing the project through the lens of a 22nd century learner. It's about being imaginative and resourceful with our space. Stagg's expansion is one of many changes that will occur at District 230. We intend to approach each new project and every facility improvement with an eye toward innovation.
Hello, my name is Eric Olson, Principal of Stagg High School. I'm so excited to discuss the expansion slated to begin at Stagg this spring. For years, our staff have worked hard to repurpose and convert spaces to facilitate our needs. They have dedicated time, energy, effort, creativity, and planning to execute needed and necessary changes to utilize our building. The expansion will greatly increase our instructional and programming capacity and flexibility. The facility analysis that solidified our need for additional space was conducted by Studio GC Architecture and Interiors. The architects assigned to the project are Stagg alumni Nikki Bridges and Brian Ott. Having 2 former Chargers leading and managing this project is incredible. Each of them spent their high school years walking these hallways and learning in these classrooms. Nikki and Brian had the task of surveying every inch of our facilities to determine how and where additional space could be found. They also sought the input of staff to determine the needs and wants of those working in our building. Once a plan was proposed, the costs were estimated and brought to the Board of Education. The board gave us the green light to finalize the plan and prepare the bid documents.
It's been such a privilege and an honor, I think, to work for our alma mater. Everybody from the school admin to school staff here at Stagg, they're wonderful people, and it's really special to work for such good people, I think.
Well, we've actually been working with the district since about 2004. Having that experience of working in our district for any project was so exciting to me that, going from where we've been and touching a lot of different areas of the building and of the school and getting to walk through those areas and see how they're affecting the students and the staff that utilize them is always really rewarding and fulfilling.
I think Nikki and I strive to do our best work on any project, especially obviously here. At the end of the day, when the dust settles, I'm sure it's going to be a phenomenal project, and we're going to be very, very proud of it, I think.
The expansion will include 11 new classrooms, 4 science labs, 1 rooftop environmental learning space, 1 science prep area, teacher workspaces, 8 offices and 1 conference room. Another benefit of the expansion will be new and improved hallway traffic patterns. With the expansion, some stairwells will be purposefully closed and others strategically relocated to alleviate congestion. Construction will take place in 2 phases. Phase 1 will begin this summer and conclude in the spring of 2024, with the scope of the work contained to the south courtyard. This will include a row of 8 classrooms on the first floor. The second floor will include 2 science labs, rooftop environmental space, and teacher workspace. Phase 2 will begin on the heels of Phase 1 in the summer of 2024 and conclude in the spring of 2025 with the scope contained in the north courtyard. This work will include 3 classrooms on the first floor along with teacher workspace, 5 offices, 2 meeting rooms which can be converted into 1 large conference room. Upstairs on a new second floor, 2 science labs, 2 classrooms, an office, and a science prep area will be added.
Being a senior here at Stagg, to me, it's not really beneficial to me, but definitely hearing that my peers get to have that extra room that we didn't have, it's definitely nice to hear that they get those opportunities we didn't.
It gives kids more space and it gives them like a sense of peace and safety as well. I think it just allows for students to kind of get more educational opportunities and allows them to grow and then kind of figure out what they want to do when they get older as well.
It just creates new opportunities for like enrichments, activities, and just classroom environments to feel more at home and like at ease. It creates definitely a less traffic flow, and that's going to be very beneficial to people getting on time, especially teachers are like running late, students minimizing tardies, and I think overall it just benefits Stagg High School to have an expansion that we've been waiting for a very long time to have.
It's providing incoming students and current students with opportunities that we as upperclassmen don't have now, and it really allows for these students to get a better education and more variety when it comes to how they learn.
I know there's some elements in it in particular. They're going to connect my new home, which is in the 600s and 700s, to my old home, which was the 200s. So I'm excited about it bringing a sense of connectedness to the building, and also obviously alleviating some of the things that, you know, even just as a teacher, you're trying to get to class, and if you're walking across the building, the hallways are really jammed and things like that. So it's something that I'm looking forward to, as well as all the various things with the new teacher classrooms, the new teacher work areas, just a lot of positives that I'm personally looking forward to, and also on behalf of everyone in the building.
It's really going to help us alleviate a lot of hallway traffic with that 700s to 200s hallway. A lot of us that work with the CLC and in team spaces, it's really going to help all of us get to where we need to be a lot quicker. And the green roof, I'm excited to see that because our science teachers and our cultivation club, they have done a really good job of providing impactful learning opportunities, and that cultivation club being led by Mike Lippman and Tom Siska, I can only imagine what they've got cooked up at this point.
Outdoor green space is something that's become, I think, a welcome priority more recently, and it's something that is certainly unique to high schools in the area too. It gives us an advantage of doing construction in 2023, 2024. It'll have direct accessibility from one of the science classrooms, one of the new labs, but it'll also have accessibility to everyone in the building. I know for myself, I felt like that was important to be able to offer that to not just the science department, but that it could be a space that everybody would be able to use.
I am most excited about having the offices all together for the guidance department. It will be so helpful to have our team members close together to continue to collaborate and to support our students. I'm also really excited for our new conference room. The conference room will be able to be one large area for large meetings, but it will also be able to be divided up so that way we can offer students more enrichment opportunities and also more interventions to help and build those coping strategies and build that resilience that we want to see in our District 230 students.
I think this being on such a massive level in terms of what we're going to be able to accomplish, it's going to fix things functionally, getting to classes, things like that, but also to have new classrooms, to have sleek, new looking wings of the building. I just think that's going to be a net positive for students and just make them feel a little bit more like being at home, which I think is going to go a long way towards increasing our charter pride.
Phase 1 is the South Addition. That area will start this summer, where they're going to be building the exterior shell of the building, and that we anticipate is going to be the most noisy and disruptive work during the project. Then once the school session starts, they'll be moving more towards working on the interior build out of it. We do anticipate that will be slightly less disruptive. After that, starting with the summer of 2024, they will start the construction of the exterior shell of Phase 2, which is the north addition in the north courtyard between the admin area and the 100-200 building. That construction will follow a similar pattern where they'll build the exterior shell during the summer, and then they'll do the interior build out from the fall through the winter. With the south addition in particular, had been developed over the years as a natural preserve area. We really worked hard to try to develop that area into an interactive science lab type of outdoor space. And so that's reflected not just on the outdoor level within the courtyard space, but then also a new element will be the development of the roof area. It will be a flexible learning space that will be both interactive and hopefully fun.
The cost of this expansion project is approximately $15 million and is being funded through debt service extension and leveraging ESSER grant funds. The district has issued bonds for the project and will pay back principal and interest over time to spread out the burden over the next 10 years. This is as opposed to increasing the tax rate or constraining the budget over a shorter term. Given the high credit rating District 230 has had over many years, we were able to secure a very attractive interest rate to support this project at a reasonable cost to the district, allowing us to pay off the borrowing over the next 8 to 10 years, similar to a home mortgage. We also anticipate establishing a balanced budget for a record 20 years as we look forward to the 2023-24 budget. This expansion is modest in size, but will help bring much needed, long overdue classroom and teacher workspace to Stagg. It will allow for greater programming flexibility and give students some breathing room as they navigate the hallways. As we break ground this summer and as progress occurs, we will keep you updated and informed.